Do your best not to unplug the mic this time.
Wasn't my fault.
Anyway, inside jokes that you don't need to know. This is the new trailer for Fast and Ridiculous 9. That's not its real name. Its real name is Fast and Furious 9. But at this point, it's not furious anymore. It's sort of mild-mannered and grumpy. Not really furious.
Yeah, I just don't know what else they can do at this point.
Well, supposedly the story, like the news thing, is that it's going to continue with The Rock and Jason Statham, and they're going to be the new team because they're going to have Kevin Hart and Ryan Reynolds.
I mean, that's fair enough because that's more like, I feel like they can go towards more like the spy like aspect of it, and that wouldn't be too ridiculous because in the movies one's like an FBI agent or something, isn't he, in The Rock, and the other one's like this.
It's more than an FBI agent. It's like a specialist, isn't he?
Something like that, yeah. And like Jason Statham is like this incredible like.
And anyway, so they're gonna continue on with their story. They're the new team.
Okay.
This is the penultimate one.
Wasn't the last one supposed to be the penultimate one?
No, they've said it's gonna end on 10. So.
Oh, so this isn't the penultimate one.
Penultimate is the second of last.
Oh.
I thought you did English.
Yeah, but whatever.
Ugh.
No, but it's just the way you said penultimate. It just, to me, it seemed like it was going to like.
No, this isn't the last one.
I didn't pay attention to the word so much as the way you said the word.
No. Stop trying to find it out. Anyway, this is the second trailer for Fast and Furious 9, or as I like to call it. What did I call it again? Fast and Furious. Never mind.
The world has a way of changing, and we change too.
Do you not think it looks like?
Is the house still being built?
Oh, look, let's capitalise on Paul Walker's death a bit more. Oh, Ludacris has hair now.
Y'all ever thought about the wild missions we've been on? We've taken out planes, trains, tanks. I'm not going to even think about the submarine. And now we got cars flying in the air. Who is he?
Jacob is Dom's brother.
That we never knew about.
Yeah.
Little brother.
Little brother.
You always say never turn your back on family, but you turned your back on me. Now your little family is in my world. Whatever's on you, it's on us.
I wonder if she's going to beat up another famed UFC wrestler.
No way.
Fast.
Oh, look, he likes eating crisps.
The guy that died in Tokyo Drift his bike.
To mention this, but I don't drive.
Was that Kelly Marie Tran?
This should be interesting. But could you kill him? Get the e-bike for me, would you, darling?
Okay.
Crank it all the way up.
Oh, for goodness sake.
So is it a magnetized car or something?
Oh,
Yeah, it's magnetized cars.
It's good to be back.
you shouldn't be.
We supposed to stop that? Hold on! I spent my entire life in your shadow. And now,
Wait, was he on top of
the
that?
rest of yours.
You are?
Living in mine. Not today.
Oh, give over.
I don't even know how I'm supposed to like.
Duct tape, You acting like we on our way to
React
Home
to
Depot.
it.
I don't want to die.
I'm just checking if that was Kelly Marie Tran. You talk about the.
I don't.
Oh, it's got Cardi B in it. What's the chances that Cardi B is going to be the woman who stands between two cars with a very lightly cropped skirt
Yeah.
and then goes, "Go on!"
because
bends-
Rita Ora was in the.
Yeah, Rita Ora was London.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael Rooker, good for him.
Is it her?
No.
I just feel like I don't know.
Bow wow.
I just don't know with these movies. Like, I'll watch it and appreciate the action, but when you actually take a step back and you look at like where the franchise started, it just doesn't make sense.
July 8th. So I thought it was ridiculous enough that Han was back, because just in case anyone sort of missed it, the entire point of Fast 7 was that Jason Statham killed Han. Literally the entire point, and it makes me think the only reason they've brought him back is so that they can go, oh yeah, it's kind of weird that Jason Statham's now a good guy. Maybe we'll just, you know,
Forget the reason why he was a bad guy.
forget
in the first place.
why Dom thought he was such a bad guy. But, you know, forget about Han. What about the entire hospital that he killed? The beginning of
Yeah.
Fast 7, he walks out of a hospital where there's guards hanging out of the walls and there's people hung up by the roof. It's like, what? Oh yeah, as long as Han's back, no one's going to be that bothered. Because Jason Statham's funny, guys. He's hilarious.
Yeah, it's just I don't. Not the thing is, not every bad guy needs to become a good guy in this franchise, which I feel like they kind of have done in a way.
Yeah.
Almost all of the people, not necessarily the bad guys, but the kind of the people we're supposed to dislike, as opposed to like Dom, they end up being like these likable guys. Like, you don't need to do that. You
Yeah.
don't need to like all these people.
I mean, here's the thing, right? I'll go and watch it, because as much as I enjoy sort of seeing all the ridiculous action, I also thought, and I'm going to keep using this example till the day I die, I also thought The Last Jedi was a pretty film. It wasn't a good film. So yes, the action might be good, and you know, Vin Diesel might stand there and go, family, a bunch of times, but that doesn't mean it's a film. Literally, there is a scene, right? So the last one went, right, okay, forget about Brian, right? Obviously, Paul Walker's passed away, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We're not going to use his death to further sell this movie, like we did with Episode 7, because that's what they did with Episode 7. There was a scene here where he's just randomly looking at a video of Paul Walker, who at the time didn't make that scene, because it was his brother who made that scene.
Yeah.
I was like, that is literally what they're doing. They're capitalising on a man's death to add views.
It's not even that, because I don't really. I mean, you don't know, because the story might.
I do know. I always know.
The story might like. Okay.
Now, I don't think the story's
Um,
going to have anything to do with Paul.
No,
But then why is Mia in it?
That's the thing. I was gonna say, like, if fair enough, it's Dom's sister, but she's also married to Brian, and the whole point of the 7th movie was that was like their like. After that movie, Brian was done with this whole crazy life. He was focusing on his family and he was going away. That was the whole point of the end.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Mia's in it.
Because
I
it
don't-
doesn't, from a
doesn't
story
make sense
point.
for Mia
yeah.
to be in it and not Brian.
Yeah, that's exactly. If Mia's in it, then Brian has to be in it as well. And you might think, oh well, I just solved my own problem because there's a video of Brian. But no, that's not enough. If you're going to bring Mia back and have her as a full character, and not just have like a random FaceTime or something. If it was just a FaceTime, I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
But the fact that she's in it, like as a part.
It doesn't make sense, yeah.
So instead of breaking down sort of the trailer like we normally do, should we just go through the trailer and count how many ridiculous things there are?
Well, no, I just want to see some of the action stuff, because there was some stuff I was looking at and I was trying to figure out what the heck was going on. So magnets is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
They made
Seems
magnet
like the
cars.
big one is a magnet car, and there's also a flying car.
But they've obviously magnetised their cars because it looks like he does a thing where, like, because magnets, if it's opposites attract and stuff like that, so you push those cars away or whatever.
Yeah. Which I suppose is an interesting idea, but at this point, isn't just Fast and Furious just a walking meme now? Like
It's not even that. I just feel like they're constantly like trying to outdo themselves with every movie. So much so that they've just forgot about plot and more about the actual action.
Yeah.
Which is
Just
you
a
know.
side note: does Vin Diesel not always look animated to you? He's just got a face and a head that looks animated.
I mean, I don't know.
He just looks animated.
I'm confused as to why their house is still getting built.
Who are these people? Oh no, wait. These are from Tokyo Drift, aren't they? He's definitely from Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
Are they from Tokyo Drift?
I don't honestly don't know.
That's interesting. So clearly there's going to be a sort of... That's probably the end, actually. That's probably the end. So it's probably going to get to the end of this movie and they're still going to be rebuilt. It's probably not even going to be that it's being rebuilt at the beginning. It's going to be getting rebuilt at the end of this movie.
But like, why? Because didn't their house get blown up in the seventh one?
Yeah, Jason Statham blew it up.
And then it's like it's still getting built now.
Yeah. By the way, is this ludicrous looking at Paul Walker?
What?
That's not ludicrous looking at Paul Walker. Because there's that scene at the end of the seventh one where they're all looking at Mia and Brian.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be because he didn't have hair in episode 7.
No. Why are you saying episode?
Because it's an episode. It's an episode of a franchise, therefore it's an episode.
But it's not Star Wars. You don't refer to it as an episode.
If a franchise has multiple things in it and they all share the name, it's an episode.
I just say the seventh movie. I don't understand why you would call it episode.
It's an episode. It's part of a franchise and they're all called Fast and Furious.
I just think it's weird.
You're weird.
Not all of them are called Fast and Furious.
Shut up. Just shut your mouth.
They weren't all called Fast and Furious, you say?
Who
Who was looking after their son while all this is going down, by the way? Or his son, technically.
So the theory is that they steal Dom's son. That's
Right.
Cypher and what's he called? John Cena, Jacob. I'm a bit miffed off because John Cena. It said in this that John Cena was in this, and I didn't see him once.
God. I'm confused as to what Charlize Theron's doing in it. Like, I know
Charlize Theron,
Theron.
not Charlize Theron or whatever you said.
Sean.
Why can't you speak English today?
I just can't pronounce stuff, okay? Leave me alone. I'm just confused as to what her role's going to be in this.
I think
'Cause
she's
she's-
just meant to be the big bad now. That she's just
The overseer.
the big bad.
Because wasn't that what they were getting at in the 8th one?
That she funded
Yeah.
Owen, who was Deckard's
Yeah.
Deckard's brother. Do you remember that time that The Rock pushed a missile?
Mm.
I mean, you know, The Rock's strong. I'm not going to deny that he's strong, but missile? Yeah, you know. Oh, that was the last movie, wasn't it? Yeah, that was the last movie.
I feel like the last movie just... At one there's one moment in the last movie where you can look at and go, that's the moment where physics stopped working.
When?
When the submarine went on the ice.
What?
Didn't the submarine go on the ice?
I don't remember.
I feel like there's a scene in the last movie where the submarine... Was it a submarine or was it just...
No, it was a submarine.
I'm sure... I know it was a submarine, but I'm sure there was one point where it went on the ice. Up on the ice, maybe not. I don't know.
For me, I knew that this series was sort of past the point where physics had any kind of meaning was when The Rock and Helena jumped out of a window and smashed into a car. Didn't get, like, you know...
Yeah. Mangled.
Yeah, and The Rock came out with a broken arm that he then just ripped the cast off.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, The Rock is superhuman. I'm not going to deny that The Rock's superhuman, but, you know.
I was always confused when she was supposed to be pregnant.
Then,
Because...
between the end of the 5th one and the beginning of the 8th one.
So she'd already
The
had
end,
the baby.
end of the 7th, no.
No, because I can't... The fifth
Beginning
one.
of the 7th one. Beginning of the 7th one.
Because in the 8th one, the baby's really young.
Yeah. So,
Like
so
months.
between the end of the 5th one and the beginning of the 7th one
It's when she had the baby.
is when she was pregnant and had the baby.
Okay. So when she fell out the window, that she would already had the baby then.
No, she would have been pregnant.
But you said from the end of the fifth one, though?
Yeah, that's the time when she carried the baby and had the baby. And he grew up in that time.
Okay. I'm just going to say okay because you're confusing me.
So yeah, this is one ridiculous
So-
moment.
Plane catches the car.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I know this is a silly thing to say, but this gentleman does not look like Vin Diesel.
I mean, you could argue Mia doesn't look like Vin Diesel. They're supposed to be brother and sister.
Yeah, but these are brothers. It's different.
Maybe not.
Well, no, but you rarely ever have a sister and a brother who look like each other. Can you name one example where a brother and a sister look like each other? It tends to be like, if it's twin sisters, they look like each other. Sisters tend to look like each other. Brothers tend to look like each other.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's going to be so many plot holes this movie's going to create.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't we hear about his brother earlier?
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if they're just doing the brother thing for sort of, bring people in, and it turns out he's like his half brother or his step brother, or
Like an adopted brother or
Yeah.
something like that.
so he's not his real brother, but he's his brother. Because everyone in Dom's eyes who has ever drunk with him or raced him or talked about cars with him is
His brother.
a family member.
Yeah.
So that's why Helen Mirren is obviously also his brother. She's a part of the family
Okay.
because they helped each other. Shut up. Oh look, he's got the yeah. So he must kidnap
Yeah.
his son, because in the other trailer he gave his son this necklace.
Okay. Nice observation.
Thank you. There's just a floating gun there.
Keeping up, aren't you?
John Cena memes are still relevant. It wasn't at WrestleMania. Isn't that just damn depressing? How long it's been since there was a WrestleMania that didn't have John Cena somewhere? That's so depressing.
He might
Do you know
have
what
been there,
else?
we just couldn't see him.
Do you know what else is? Do you know what else is super depressing? The fact that Charlize Theron can have a haircut like this and still be the most attractive woman on the planet.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
yeah.
There are some people who have just been blessed by the gods. Charlize Theron is one of them. See, it's hard, right, that we're to not take Jacob as just a petulant child when that's the motive.
What, that you banded him?
Yeah.
Or like you just forgot about or
Yeah,
something?
like from whenever that's a motive in a film, I'm sort of, especially when it's brothers. If it's a son and dad, that's different. If it's a dad and son, that's different. If it's sister brother, that's different. But when it's two brothers, that just comes across as a petulant child. And again, if that's the road to go down, then fair enough, because that'll be different in a Fast and Furious movie. Every other villain in a Fast and Furious movie has been sort of
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I
been
mean?
like a...
a vaudevillain, almost. Deckard Shaw? Why on earth did they come up with the name Deckard? Why didn't they just call him Luke? Or Henry? Or even Benjamin? What? Why Deckard?
I don't know.
Who is called Deckard? Can you think of it in any of history ever? Has there ever been any Englishman called Deckard? The correct answer to that question is no. No, there hasn't. I bet if I Google Deckard, it will not give me any historical person called Deckard at all. It'll only be him.
I mean, I don't know, Sean.
God, that's triggered me. Look, he's doing that. He's doing his pause. That's that's his pause now. Stands there, shoulders tensed.
Yeah, I mean, you got your flex, haven't you?
I bet if you tried to sort of touch him, your finger would break because
Yeah.
he's tense. You know what I mean? I don't get this bit.
What, it's an explosion, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an explosion, but it's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna lock you in here. But it doesn't look like he's planning for an explosion. It looks like he just.
We know, I'm guessing he's like protecting them from the explosion or something like that.
Yeah, I wonder if she's going to beat up, like, Amanda Nunes this time. Because she beat up Ronda Rousey,
Yeah.
you know, back when Ronda Rousey was, like, UFC champ. She beat her up. I know she's just going to ride a guy onto some barrels. And,
I'm just wondering when all these learned how to shoot guns really well.
I don't know. Well, most of them are engineers.
Yeah.
I am also an engineer, and I couldn't shoot a gun with that
Yeah,
much.
like the car mechanics, engineers, that kind of thing. That doesn't automatically just mean you can shoot a gun.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're American, but come on.
Well, that is true. Every American is born with an innate ability to shoot a
To have
gun.
It's just.
This is not Kelly Marie Tran, by the way. I've
no.
googled it. This is a different lady. I was going to say good for Kelly Marie Tran, but never mind.
He's always eating, isn't he?
Hmm.
Every movie he's in, he's always eating something.
Do you remember when I was going to write my own Fast and Furious movie? Do you know what I said I was going to do? I might as well just make Gal Gadot's character Charlize Theron's sister. I mean, at this point, all kinds of logic and plot
I don't-
points.
That's another thing. I don't understand how she died, but Luke Evans' character didn't.
Owen Shaw.
Unsure, yeah. I don't understand how.
He got a plane dropped on him, and she just fell onto the road.
Because she just dropped, didn't she? And it was. Well, I know it was moving really fast. She would have been all banged up and everything, but like.
He got a plane dropped on him.
And he didn't die, but she did, yeah.
Yeah. No, wait. Did he get a plane dropped on him? Or did he just get kicked out of the plane?
He might have got kicked out, but I always just thought it was weird because.
Yeah,
I think
she
he probably
di-
she died from.
From essentially the same thing that he didn't die from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, plot holes. Who cares,
I
right?
mean, maybe Gal Gadot just didn't want to be in it.
Yeah. Probably. Look how ridiculous
She
that
had like a
looked.
James Bond moment.
Yeah, look how ridiculous that looks.
This is very. Spears.
Oh God, if John Cena gives Vin Diesel the attitude adjustment, I'm going to be so annoyed. 'Cause that's such a dumb finisher. It's not like a spear or the rock bottom, because the rock bottom. Because I know everyone might say the rock bottom's just an elevated backdrop, but at least he put him through a bloody table, a glass table that looked pretty when it shattered, and they did that funky thing with the camera. What can they do with an ear? Put him through a wall, maybe.
I mean, you know.
Why is that necessary? Why is it necessary to turn around into reverse? Does that car go faster in reverse? Does it? Ridiculous! Helen Mirren, you're English! You're supposed to be better than this!
Right, so this is like the magnets.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it looked like it turned red when it was.
Yeah.
And then turned blue the other way.
Blue glue, red dead.
Okay.
That's ridiculous. This is also ridiculous.
So their suits are also magnetized.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Fast and Furious 9. It's... trying to think of a tagline. I'll think of one. That's not what he says there. No, he was probably saying something sarky like, I need a crisp, or something like that, you know.
What is happening there? What is.
Are
Why
they not?
is-
Are they not both pressing magnets together, forcing it to stop?
But why though?
Well, there's probably something in the truck that they want. It's probably Gal Gadot's remains.
It's rude.
That could have been a lot worse. That joke could have been a lot worse. You know what I mean. Because, you know, me is in the film.
This is weird. The thing rolls down a hill. He then climbs his way to the front and does this.
So, going back to another question that we asked earlier on, How does he survive this and Gal Gadot didn't? I mean, I guess they're moving at different speeds, but Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman. And just to add the nails to the coffin.
Why would they need those suits to be in that though? It literally
Oxygen.
looks like a Back to the Future car. doesn't it?
Oxygen.
Oxygen. Okay, but they were still in a vehicle. Could they not have the oxygen in the vehicle?
I don't know. Are you expecting me to
I don't
understand
know,
Fast and
I'm
Furious
just-
logic?
I don't know. I'm just.
I don't know
saying.
this stuff. This came from the mind of a unicorn that had a kind of monster and then got attacked by some methamphetamines. That's where these movies come from. Because whoever comes up with this crap, their minds don't belong in our reality. Flying cars. It looks literally like they just got a car, right? Just a normal car, and added 3 rockets to it and went, okay, yeah, now it's a flying car.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
What a ridiculous film this is going to be. I mean, I'll still go and see it, but it's going to be ridiculous. Anyway, that was us reacting to Fast and Furious 9. Like the video, subscribe, ding the bell to be notified when we upload. We upload every day. Anything else you would say?
I'm confused with this movie. Like I'm looking forward to see it, but I'm also not looking forward to it. Like,
Same.
yeah.
Thank you for watching.
I need to know.